Fam, what's up? Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Alabama held its 9th practice today. I got some photos and I got some video courtesy of the University of Alabama. I'm going to walk you through it. As we lead off with, Keelon Russell looks bigger. Every single time we get to see this young freshman, he looks bigger. Here he is, a quarterback, right? 6'3", closer to 200 pounds. Hearing really good things about him. I can't wait to see how he does in Alabama's second scrimmage, which is this Friday. Anyways, just thought that was a good starting point. Let's go to the beginning, and we'll start with some footage, okay? So Alabama getting ready right here. That's 72. That is Parker Brailsford. I'll stop and pause a couple times. I think anytime that you have Parker Brailsford, spotlighted or highlighted, it's a good thing because he brings that leadership that you want within Alabama secondary. Now, you do have right next to him, this is Graham Roten, R-O-T-E-N. He's a walk-on type player that, depending on how Alabama's offensive line is, I don't know if they're going with the true ones or twos. Who knows how it's working out? Anyways, Parker Brailsford right here at the center position. Gino Vandermark, who we've been hearing a lot about at the right guard position right here, number 56. We'll let it run through. So one of the bigger questions that we have with Alabama this year and going into the spring season is, how is this offensive line going to look? That's welcome for me right there. Number 75, here's Rico Scott, a wide receiver that we are all excited about. Here's Cole Adams. And really underneath those starting wide receivers, you have so many guys who I think, can make a name for themselves as those second-tier wide receivers. That was Peyton Fox, number 46. Here's the Alabama secondary going through Jill's right here. I remember Coach Saban used to be here. And now to see the new wave come in, the new coaches, whether it's Mo Lindquist, Jason Jones, seeing these guys work with the DBs, I love to see it, right? I love the DBs and to see these guys working out. These guys clearly getting some work in today on Monday, March 31st. Coming up next, you're going to see Red Morgan, Cam Calhoun, some of these guys fighting for that Husky position in action. And I want to hear from you inside the comment box. New week, who do you think is going to be that Husky for Alabama? Number 36 right here. That is QB Reese, an inside linebacker. And number 35, Abdul Sanders. And I'm sure you saw, people are talking that he had a really good first scrimmage. He's a freshman. He just got here. One of the more freshmen that we haven't really spoke about, but QB Reese and Abdul Sanders, inside linebackers that are getting more opportunities right now because you have some veterans that are out, right? Deontay Lawson, he's out for this spring, and Justin Jefferson is limited. So number 35 right here, this is Abdul Sanders, a freshman out of Los Angeles. Remember, Kalen DeBoer worked at California Pipeline. He's seen those guys in action. Dejon Lee, Abdul Sanders. Here's Luke Metz right here, number 26, another inside linebacker. Number 30 right next to him, that is Caden Jones. So good to see those guys in action. Number 42 right here, as we go over and kind of highlight some guys, Yanzi Pierre. So don't lose sight about Yanzi Pierre within that wolf position, that the edge rusher, right? A lot of talent right there. You see Justin Hill, Yanzi Pierre. You're going to see Noah Carter coming up. He's number 24. And then, of course, you got Jamarian Latham. We got a shot of him, a photo later on in this video. So that wolf position, it brings so much back, but I think it starts a lot right here with Quay Rusak. Here's number 24. This is Noah Carter. I haven't heard too much about him. This is the second year he's getting going. This is Jamarian Latham right here, number 20 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Remember the footage, courtesy of the University of Alabama. As we move to the DBs, you got Xavier Brown. Look, this guy started every single game as a freshman. I think he's absolutely elite. And, I'll stop right there real fast. And I think there is talk about Dejon Lee, Xavier Brown, Damani Jackson. Who's going to be corner? The corners are going to be Xavier Brown and Damani Jackson. I think it's going to be tough to keep Dejon Lee off the field. These are good problems to have, even when you have another guy who's as versatile right here as Cam Calhoun. I would imagine he plays that Husky position. Who knows? I think Kane Womack, Mo Lindquist, they get together and we have a lot of guys that can play different positions. One right here is Red Morgan, right? Red Morgan played a lot last year as a true freshman. Moving to the running backs, what do I have to tell you about the running backs? This right here is Richard Young. The thing I noticed, let's rewind that clip right here. I want you to look at this. Do you agree with me? Richard Young, his feet look a little faster. He looks like he has a little bit more twitch at this point in time than he did last season. I don't know, just something that stood out to me when I watched the clip. This is like my third time watching it, right? It looks like he has a little bit of juice right there. This is Jam Miller, number 26, Alabama's key returner. Also right behind him, Richard Young. Number 24, this is Daniel Hill. 240 pounds. Like where? How does he have? How is this guy 240 pounds? Okay. Number 20, Draylon Washington. And then you have Kevin Riley, who Coach Caitlin DeBoer is probably the shiftiest back. And then you have A.K. Deer. We'll get into the photos next right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Remember, all photos, videos, courtesy of the University of Alabama. Good to see it, though. This is Robert Gillespie working with Jan Miller. And then behind him, one more shot of Daniel Hill before moving the photos. Okay, so as you know, we're talking about photos right here. Ty Simpson had himself a very nice scrimmage during Alabama's first scrimmage. What does it mean? It means that he took a step forward. It means that he's being the quarterback that we want him to be. There is nothing wrong with Ty Simpson taking steps forward, commanding this offense. I look at it as a good problem to have with him, Austin Mack, Keelon Russell, all making strides. As you know, I honestly feel, and I'm going to say this probably all spring, and unless we hear from Coach Caitlin DeBoer himself or Ryan Grubb, this is a real quarterback competition. And I think if Alabama was to have a game this Saturday, I think Ty Simpson is the first guy to get snaps. It's not earth-shaking news. That's just how it's shaking out. Him having a good showing is positive news to think about. So when you're out there, when you're talking with your friends, look, I know you probably each have a quarterback that you're pulling for, whether that be Ty, whether that be Austin, whether that be Keelon Russell. Plain and simple, let's all say it together. Let's have the best guy for the job be the quarterback. Can we just agree on that? Doesn't matter who he is, right? We're rolling with the guys who are Alabama Crimson Tide, plain and simple. Good shot right here. You have Ty Simpson. Running back is Jan Miller, right? So we'll see what happens in the second scrimmage. Can Ty take another step forward? I hope so. You know what's interesting about this clip? We'll go right back to it real fast. It looks like 73 right here is working at tackle, right? I mean, that has to be the tackle position. That looks like Olas Allen, who's getting just some reps. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's a lot of guys working at different spots at this point in time. So, that's where we're at. Good shot right here of Rico Scott. Love Rico Scott. I had a respect for him last season and what he was able to do in that game against Michigan. I thought he stood out. A couple plays, but he looked like a game breaker to me. Love this photo. Okay, so you have Keelon Russell over here. You have Ty Simpson, and you have Austin Mack. Look, this is a good problem to have. And one thing that I want to continue to drill into your minds is, look, would you rather have one good quarterback or one good quarterback and two average quarterbacks or three really good quarterbacks? I think what stands out right here is, look at the sheer size. I'll even go full screen on it just for a second, just so you can bring it a little bit closer. But the size of Austin Mack, the dude is, let's say he's 6'6", okay? With his helmet, what is he, 6'8", right? Dejoun Lee, in his helmet, looks like he's 6'5", 6'6", whatever. Big dude. Keelon Russell looks big. And look, I'm going to pause this real quick. Notice, we'll go back to full screen. I notice things, I point them out. Doesn't it look like Keelon Russell, even his legs are bigger, right? So just things that stand out, like the photo. I think the wide view helps us a little bit more see how these players are progressing just from a physical standpoint. Love this photo up close. I talked about it in the beginning. Talking about Keelon Russell. Looks bigger. You have Geno Vandermark. Okay. I don't know if he's going to be a starter at guard. Do you think that Geno Vandermark might be a starter for Alabama this season? Maybe it's too early to tell. I know Cam Dewberry is working there as well at the guard position. I don't know. Maybe Geno will be a starter this year for the Crimson Tide. I want to hear from you inside the comment box regarding the offensive line. I don't know. Good shot right here. It looks like that is 38. So let me just double check the roster right here. I think it might be. That might be 36, more than likely. That looks like QB Reese to me. Again, I was talking about the inside linebackers, more guys getting opportunities. So this would be QB Reese. Out of Birmingham. Didn't really hear a lot about him last season, but very physical running linebacker. You have LT Overton, number 22. Looks good. Probably, I think, pound for pound, probably Alabama's best defensive player, right? Zay Mincy. Yo, love me some Zay Mincy, all right? This guy is another very versatile player in the secondary. I think he can play safety. And he can play, I haven't heard him play Husky, but I bet you he could play all different positions. Jan Miller looks good. He's 220 pounds. Someone said that the running backs are small. I was like, how? Yo, look at it. Austin Mack's a big dude too. This is a great photo. Love this photo. These guys working the bag right here. Yo, Austin Mack's a big dude, man. 240 pounds, 6'6". That's what he's listed at here. 6'6". And then you have Jamarian Latham right here, number 20. He came back. He could have left. He came back for that wolf position. You have Caden Jones. You know, don't sleep on Caden Jones. Don't forget about him. I know a lot of people were upset that Justin Okoronkwo left. Caden Jones is, I don't know who's better, and that says something. That's how good Caden Jones is. All right, here is Jeremy Bernard. He's going to catch passes against everybody, right? I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, what you're bringing to the table. In this particular frame, this is Cam Howard right here. This is Red Morgan. And, Jeremy Bernard standing up, making plays. That's what Bernard's going to do. That's what Ryan Williams is going to do. That is what Isaiah Horton is going to do. These guys are going to be absolute problems. And then I think that ride-out mentality, or whatever they want to call themselves, I'm good with it. The wide receivers are going to be absolutely – I think overall that the wide receivers probably their most talented group, I want to say. Edgekill right here, number 94. Is that true? Is the wide receivers the best unit on this team? I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit more. Daniel Hill. Right here, another great shot of the running backs. We're almost wrapped up. I appreciate you guys being here. Drop me a thumbs up if you like the content. Again, courtesy University of Alabama, all the footage and photos. How about this? Jalen Hell, all right? We continue to see more and more of Jalen Hell. This is the hell of a comeback story. You know, when you talk about comeback stories, guys who came back, this is one. Do you think that Jalen Hell catches 30 passes this year? Let's set the bar at 30. Here he is again. You can see the brace that he has here. Here's Bray Hubbard. This is Dejon Lee. Man, those two guys together, that is obviously the first team defense, whatever they were running with. You think he catches more? Jalen Hell catches more than 30 passes? I don't know. I told you today on my show why I feel that Alabama's offense and team overall takes a big step forward is because this guy, all smiles, right? Ryan Grubb. And look, I asked the biggest question. I'll ask you to right now, okay? If you were to pair up 2024, their entire roster at, let's just call it April 1st, okay? And Alabama's team right now, April 1st, head-to-head, complete roster to roster, coaching staff to coaching staff, do you feel that Alabama 2025 would beat 2024? If you feel that Alabama 2025 would beat 2024 or is a better roster, who just has a better roster? Type 2025 right now inside the comment box where you're watching this video. 2025 if you think so. I think a big reason is honestly all the defensive returners and this man right here, Ryan Grubb. So that's how I feel, and that's why I feel that this team at this point in time compared to last year is a better overall team. This looks like A.K. Deere. I think it's A.K. Deere. I'm pretty sure it is him. Running back at the University of Alabama. These freshmen absolutely ballers. This is Josh Cuevas, who's a tight end here, the Crimson Tide. A guy that I expect to be utilized a lot this year following the departure of C.J. Dupree. Number 9, this is Cam Calhoun, right? Cam Calhoun came in from Utah. I think clearly he's going to be a guy that starts. Another guy who transferred in last year was Parker Brailsford. Look at him. He looks a little bit thicker. I mean, look at his arms look a little bit bigger. And then one of the fan favorites, Cole Adams. Another great comeback story. We didn't know the severity of his injuries or whatever. Good to see him back in the fold catching passes. It's going to be hard to keep him off the field, of course. So, yeah, that's the footage. That's the photos. I appreciate you guys being here. Rock with me. Again, tonight's question before you go, who wins 2025 Alabama or 2024 Alabama? Now, I know everything is better right now. Is there anything, think about this. The one area that I would give 2024 Alabama, maybe two areas that 2024 Alabama might be better than 2025, maybe the offensive line at this point in time, and the special teams. Graham Nicholson, James Burnham. I haven't seen the special teams here. They're inexperienced. So give me 2024 special teams. Give me 2024 offensive line. I think everything else, 2025, including the big reason why, Ryan Grubb. Sound off inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys so much. Live every single day, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Enjoy your night. Get some rest. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Thanks for watching, fam. See ya.